Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 8th episode of the Gaming Den, where this show brings you a lot of different topics and a lot of entertainment as we have debates and we talk about a lot of amazing games that, who knows, maybe you've missed or that just doesn't get enough hype from a lot of the other podcast gamers and all that kind of stuff. So we wanted to bring all this stuff to you guys and, talk about it. Because, hey, that's what we do as gamers. We love to talk about games and the things that are going on in the gaming world. So, with any further ado, I am SheWulf, one of your hosts of today's show. And, of course, joined with me is my other host.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Fox. And yes, you're right. Games a lot. So, I do podcasts and I do my own videos. So, I just love this community and just this hobby. It's just freaking awesome.
For sure.
But besides that, what have you been up to, SheWulf, this week?
Oh god, Mixer. I've been streaming like every day from Monday to Friday and like the last 2 weeks. Well, no, not 24/7. Like that would be a lot of streaming. That would be a lot.
But that's a lot of COD and that's a lot of PUBG. That's all I'm saying.
I know, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be?
Don't you get tired of it a little bit?
I do. I do love COD and like I do love PUBG though. That game is so much fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to try it myself.
It is. Don't worry, guys. It is coming to Xbox this fall, so I hope you guys are excited for PUBG because it's going to be insane. And I'm really curious to see how they interpret the whole idea of like the 100 people on a server on the Xbox. It's gonna be really interesting because really, like, what's the highest one we know so far for like server base? I know there's like Arc and like MMO style games.
What do they have? I don't even know what they have.
How big are the servers for those? In like, how many people in one server? It makes you wonder.
I know Battlefield has, 62, 63?
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much Arc has, but I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully they get either the same amount or somewhere close to it. Because I'm interested to try the game just as much as everybody else have already been enjoying it on the PC.
That's true. So, I just want to say, huge hello to everybody on, YouTube if you're here, and, if you're on Mixer. We really appreciate you guys from both sides hanging out, and I hope you guys are excited. We will like to see what you guys have to say about some of the topics all the topics that we talk about, of course, and the games that we talk about.
Some.
No, just some? Maybe a little. But what's been going on with you, Fox?
Nothing much. A lot of family stuff. But weird. I actually wanted to play Star Wars. So many other games either I play regularly or I want to get back into, like Gears and Battlefield. But all of a sudden, I put Star Wars in, and I was enjoying playing that. I guess because the whole Gamescom, right?
Which Star Wars, though? Like, what Star Wars? Like, Battlefront Star Wars, or...?
Yeah, Battlefront. That's a shocker, right? I know.
I didn't like
I
that
put
game.
it in. I was actually enjoying it. I have the DLC for it, and I was like, why not? It was fun. And my brother was there and everything, and he was, like, having fun watching.
Wow.
But the whole thing with Gamescom happened, so that was a lot of overload of the same trailers over and over and over again, so that was fun.
Which I said last week, guys, that the whole world premiere thing does not necessarily mean that it's going to be world premiere games. It just means that you're going to see trailers we've never seen before. So
Yep.
I was right. I said don't get your hopes up. We did get 2 new games, which was kind of cool that they showed at Gamescom. There was the Jurassic World one, which I think a lot of people are going to be like interested in that game just because hello, you get to make a freaking dinosaur park.
Yeah.
And you got to see...
I thought that was a pretty good trailer.
Well, you also got to see the T-Rex eat somebody. First off, that guy, I want to say that guy was an idiot. Like, who goes in and freaking, like, a guy's hanging on the side of the wall and then the other guy throws a freaking rock or a can or something at the dinosaur?
He threw his tablet at him or something. Okay, there we go. So he throws a tablet and says, over here, and you're going to try to outrun it? Like, how stupid are you? Like, really? Yeah, it was pretty cool. But
I was like, are you kidding me? Oh my god.
I don't know if it's my type of game because you got to build the park and stuff, but it does look really cool.
Yeah, see, that's my only issue is the whole building. I would probably like watch other people build and see what they
I've done
can
that
create.
Too.
I don't really think I'm
I've
like
seen people
the
do that on
builder
Mixer
type.
and Twitch.
Yeah,
But
you know, other than that, like, they talked about a lot of interesting things, which I thought were kind of cool. And so, before we get into, like, our news topics, I want to bring this fact up. The Xbox One X did finally get a pre-order date. Now, the only one that was actually released for pre-order was the Xbox One X Scorpio Edition, which, to me personally, I thought that was really cool. Not because of, well, one, it was a custom console, which are always really neat, but the fact of what, Project Scorpio stood for. I know I said on Twitter that this meant something, that it's a symbol for what Xbox went through over the past year. And I had some people, come back with backlash and tell me, oh, what did Xbox really suffer? Well, just because and I said this on Console Corner, just because something goes through something, it doesn't have to mean that it was suffering.
Right.
It just means that they went from the start of something and worked towards something. So they still they still grew and went through something over the last year with the community. It's not
went through a journey.
Yes. And it's not even just the Xbox itself, it's the community. Like, there's the Scorpio pins and, the support that it got. It got huge support from the fans. And to me, this represents that. This is a symbol for that. And it's almost like they were giving this to the gamers to say, hey, this will always be with us. This was a step to, everything we work towards. And thanks for all your support. That's how I see it.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's basically because of the main reason why they were saying that this is the We Heard You console. So obviously this is directly linked to the community.
Mm-hmm.
The community was backing it the whole time, and that's what they wanted. And yeah, there was merchandise and stuff. Like, I saw shirts, I saw mugs, and like you said, pins. Like,
yep,
it was a thing. So it wasn't that it was tragic or bad or anything like that. It was just that it was a journey, and we were with them while they announced it, while it was rumored, while they were making it. So yeah. It's cool. I like that they have the Scorpio edition. I don't know if I would ever get that one, but it's cool that they have that option, especially for those diehard fans that were like there waiting and refreshing that page as soon as the systems were available.
Exactly.
So they really deserve it.
Exactly. And, it's things like that, seems to be something wrong with this stream.
Stream looks good on my end.
On YouTube? Or Mixer? Because it's YouTube.
I just clicked away from YouTube when you said that. I'm like, no, I don't see it.
That's weird. I don't want to stop it, but it's telling me there's a resolution problem. Alright, so guys in the...
YouTube's having issues. What a surprise.
It wants me to stream at 1080, but, I guess I forgot to change my thing back to 1080.
It's fine. It's 720. It's not a big deal.
Just let me know in the chat, guys, if the YouTube video is having any... Alright, thank you. Alright, so we're gonna keep going here, and...
Yes.
So, other words, it was awesome to see the Xbox One X Scorpio come out, and I was really happy to see it. We did pre-order one,
finally.
With big thanks of the donation from one of our viewers, which completely outstanding and amazing community members. So just want to say, if you got yours, it's awesome. But the interesting thing is we still have no idea when the standard Xbox One X is going to be able to offer pre-order, or if it is going to be. I still think there's going to be like a month in between, personally.
Yeah, I would guess it should be available very soon.
That's what I think.
In the beginning of next month, if anything. I'm surprised, though, that it wasn't available both at the same time. I thought that was kind of weird, but maybe they didn't want to confuse people. I don't know. It's whatever, I guess.
Yeah.
Better not take too long, because that's stupid.
That's true. Alright, so we're not going to jump into the news aspect of the show, and
we like to kind of talk about some of the topics that don't really get hit on a lot of the gaming podcasts and that kind of stuff. So one of them that we actually kind of came across today, which was interesting, is Ubisoft and Square Enix are working together. Like, wait a minute, what?
Their worlds collide.
What? Final Fantasy 15 crosses over with Assassin's Creed in an upcoming DLC. On August 31st this year, consoles are going to be getting, I guess, like a form of skin of the Assassin's Creed characters, and you'll be able to play as him, jump around, and it's called Assassin Festival. And, you know, this is so interesting. Like, what do you think about that, Fox?
At first I was confused because of Square Enix and Ubisoft. I don't think they've ever, if anything, worked together. And I know this kind of small thing, but it's very significant. It's a free DLC, so everybody can be an assassin in Final Fantasy. So I think that's actually pretty cool. They have a trailer for it now, so if you guys want to check it out after this, you could do that. It does look really cool. You could freaking parkour everywhere. I thought that was really dope. And you're fighting giant monsters as an assassin. So I thought that was really fun.
Yeah, like it's
I like
wait a
that they're
minute.
doing that.
What? But why? Like, it is really cool that they're crossing over games like this, but it's super weird to see these two companies do that. Like, it's not like this is known. Now, like, obviously we have seen, like, smaller games, or, well, not smaller games, but different games do, like, say, crossover in fighters. Like, we've seen that. We've seen some games where they do, but usually the games have some form of, you know, the development teams, or the companies, the producers that actually own these teams are usually in the same area. Like, they're in the same building as, like, I guess.
Yeah, it's usually the publisher that gets these companies together. Yes. So yes, you're right on that. Definitely, I've seen it with a whole bunch of other stuff. The fact that Crash was in Skylanders and stuff like that. Obviously, he wasn't before, but now he is because, well, it's you know, Activision or whatever. So yeah, this is a bit interesting. This is a bit odd, but like I said, it is a small DLC. Still pretty cool because it does affect the way that you look in the game. So it does stand out a lot. And the fact that you're parkouring and stuff, it's different than what you normally do in Final Fantasy. You're just running around with a giant sword, from what I know, or riding around in your chocobo. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. It stands out. I'm surprised that we didn't see that, you know, many articles talking about it. I think it's pretty cool though.
Yeah, like, you'll get outfits and features. Perhaps the more interesting is the new story content. So, you know,
I think you get, like, a quest? Like,
yeah, you're going to be embarking on a new quest. And if that's not enough, there'll also be, you know, obviously able to climb up buildings like the real assassin. It's really interesting because, like, yes, like someone's Sick pointed out in Mixer Chat that, you know, Titanfall and Battlefield mixed it up as well. Well, they literally just sold their games together. Like, they did, like, the co sale.
Yeah, I don't think they did in-game crossover, from what I know.
No, I don't believe there was actually the straight up in-game content between the two companies. Where this is actually, you're in Final Fantasy V, you own that, and you will be able to play in the Assassin's Creed world for free. So, like, that's the interesting part of this. Like, this is the really neat part, and I'm really happy to see them do that. Like, really excited that, you know, they would put this much effort into obviously putting this DLC in there and allowing gamers to play different things in another game, and I really love what they did.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I think it would give you a reason to pop your game back in and check it out. Why not? So
exactly.
Yeah, it's nice content. It's different, and I really appreciate when games do that. I think more games should do stuff like this, as long as, you know, they're both okay with it. They both agree to it. Yeah, and it's legit. It's not like a mod or anything like that.
That's the other part. Like, yes, we see a lot of mods. Like, I know, again, someone pointed out that, you know, you get cars in Forza or something like that. Yes, that
True,
is
that's
cool,
right.
but it's usually just a skin though. Like that
Yeah,
is
they do have the
usually
Final Fantasy car in Forza. They do have the Fallout car in Forza. So those are really cool. And like I said, I like when games do
they
that.
are, but again, those are just, you're just driving a car though. Like, okay, so this is what I want to point out that's different about it is the fact that, yes, you get to drive around a car, but you're not getting, like, new quests that say go directly for those
True.
cars. You're not
True.
getting, like, features that this car can do that was able to be, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like the car is any different. It's literally just, a skin that was put into a car that gave it the look of a different game. People do that with moderations. They can literally make whatever the heck they want to make on those cars.
I think, if anything, maybe the the Halo Warthog that was in Forza. I think that one felt a little bit different or it drove a little bit differently, but I mean, that's a Microsoft thing. They're directly linked. It wasn't that big of a jump.
Yeah.
If I recall that properly anyway.
Yeah, but this is actually putting Assassin's Creed into Final Fantasy. This is actually giving you, outfits and features and a new quest and the features to be able to climb on buildings like Assassins.
Parkour.
Yeah, this is an actual download DLC kind of thing. And that's what, and it also adds co-op multiplayer to the game. So...
Are they adding that at the same time? I thought that was separate.
It said it will focus on Ignis and his own adventure and DLC, which adds co-op multiplayer to the game.
Oh, okay.
So
I think it's cool, regardless.
But yes, like you said, that is obviously coming to. Yeah, that's future. That is the co-op is still future, but this part is actually coming. The Assassin's Creed part is actually coming in...
Yeah, that's a free DLC.
Yes, that's
the
free
multiplayer thing is part of the season pass, so you have to have that or pay for it separately, from what I know.
Yeah. Yeah, but we won't get into the multiplayer aspect of it, the co-op aspect of it, but this is actually coming to you on August 31st this year, so, it's neat, and I'm excited to see what they do, so...
You gonna play it? You gonna try it out?
I don't know, because I like Final Fantasy, but I'm still iffy about Assassin's Creed.
But it's not, but you're like,
You're still technically Assassin's Creed, so... I don't know, I'll probably check it out and stream it or something, because it is still a really neat idea.
If anything, I'll record it in some clips, put it on YouTube video, and confuse the hell out of people. That would be fun.
Like, playing this and then switching to this. Like, it's definitely going to be really interesting, and I am excited to see it, though, just because this is still a big deal, and I can't wait to see more games take advantage of things like this and, cross DLC into different games, because, again... One, it kind of gives you a good feeling for the new Assassin's Creed coming up. So it does benefit, but at the same time, it also gets people pulled into Final Fantasy because they're going to be like, wait a minute, you can do this in that game? And then they're going to want to go try this. So
yeah, do it for the fun, try it out, check it out. But at the same time, it brings a little bit of hype, like you said, to the Assassin's Creed game that is coming out soon.
Exactly. So I think that's really cool.
Very cool.
I'm excited to see it. So... alright, so we're gonna jump into the next topic, which everybody loves to talk about cars, because I know that's one of the biggest things going on in the chat right now, which we also have, GKB hanging out in the chat, which is awesome. We have, Crap Gamer, we have a whole bunch of amazing people. We have Mixer, we have Angel, and Sage, and Sick, and Smoker. We have a lot of cool people.
For days. Nice.
Well, you got two different chats going, so, you gotta go back and forth.
Gotta show love.
Yeah, both sides. Or you got Timidaz, which he's been hanging out with me since this morning, waiting for the gaming den. So always mad support for him, mad love for him.
Nice. Shout out to Australia.
Yeah, of course. So all right. So speaking of cars, yes. Speaking of cars, September's Games with Gold is starting off with a crazy start. And they're doing Forza Motorsports 5.
Mm-hmm.
That is a big, that was a big AAA game. And guess what, guys? You guys are going to get it for free if you have, well, I guess it's not technically free because you still have to buy Xbox Live, which at the same time, who doesn't have Xbox Live if you have an Xbox? So
that's what I'm saying.
So
I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting, and I'm excited to see like how they do for like the sale. Well, not the sales, but more or less like how many people download this.
Oh, I bet a lot of people are going to download it. Even me, because I have the game physically, and I know a lot of people in the beginning of the generation, I guess, started with physical games and gradually changed to digital. And so I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that still have it on a disc somewhere. Even though a couple of Forzas came out after that, I'm still going to download it so I can have it both digitally and physically. So I think that's pretty awesome. And it's Forza. Who doesn't love Forza? Beautiful cars. And this is one of the launch titles. And even though like it was kind of weird at first because I don't think it had as much content as the previous Forzas, I still think it's a great game. And eventually, I think they've added a whole bunch of other stuff to it, tracks and cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think that was the first one that had drivatars, from what I know. So yeah, all that stuff is pretty cool. I think everybody's gonna check it out.
True. You're also being given a Hydro Thunder Hurricane, which I guess that's like cool. Not really interested in that title, but it is a
that one is a 360 game, and it's like a boat racing game, and I have it already, so that's
you already own it.
Yes, I already own it. It's already back in pat. It's just fun. It's just a fun game. It has multiplayer, it has arcade mode, it has challenges, tournaments. So yeah, it gives you something to do. It doesn't look bad at all. It looks really cool. Yeah, it's a fun
true. Game. And then on the 16th of the month, you can look forward to Oxenfree and Battlefield 3. Now, Oxenfree is actually a really cool indie game. It's kind of trippy at the same time as it's got a really good story. So the fact that they're giving that game away for free is really cool. And then I'm sure a lot of people probably want Battlefield 3. If you don't have EA access, then this is a great way for you to own that game. So I think that's really cool too.
I don't know anything about Oxenfree. I know you and GQB have told me about it in the past. I don't think he liked it that much, from what I recall. But I still want to check it out because out of all the games on the list, that is the one that I don't own already. So I don't know. I don't have any experience with Oxenfree.
Yeah.
But I already own both of the 360 games. I own Battlefield 3, shocker. I have so many Battlefield games, so that's already on my list.
Shocker.
I guess the only ones I'm gonna download is Oxenfree and Forza because I have Forza physically.
Yeah.
So I think it's still a strong Games with Gold coming out soon for those that don't have it. I think it looks really good compared to the one that we had last time. Way better.
True. But I don't know. I think this is a good month, and it's great to see like the games improving for Games with Gold, especially. I know a lot of people say you do pay for Xbox Live, so technically you're not getting them free, but at the same time, they're still free games because they don't have to do that. Like, no matter what, you need Xbox Live to play multiplayer, to play online, and do, a lot of things that most of the games nowadays need. So, for them to give you free games, that's their choice. They don't have to do that, so, why not download them when you can? Get them while you can.
It's a good incentive while you're already playing for multiplayer, for online. So yes, I like it. In a way, I do see them as free most of the time because I don't see it as a chore or anything to have to go out of my way to pay for the games or to go download them. It's just natural. It comes with the territory, I feel like. But every month has its off moments, I think. And even though I think this month coming up is going to be a strong month with games, and I already own most of them, I think it's really good for anybody that's interested because it has a good variety of different types of games.
Yeah.
Because you have a shooter, a racer, an indie, So yeah.
Okay. Well, that works. That works. So, all right.
we're going to jump over to now the fun, at least one thing I find fun about this show, and that is bringing up some games that, you know, you may not possibly have heard or really don't get too much hype where they probably should, just because they are amazing games, and chances are they're actually really fun to to play, but yet they don't get as much hype because they're not, you know, super AAA titles or anything like that. So, jumping over to the first game, we are bringing you Biomutant. Now, this is an open-world, post-apocalyptic kung fu fable RPG with a unique martial arts style combat system, allowing you to mix melee, shooting, and mutant ability action. Try saying that 10 times fast.
Wow.
Try saying that 10 times fast. Like, oh my god, I am super, super, super excited about this game. And it looks so cute. Oh my god, I love the characters in it. The graphics look absolutely outstanding. And, you know, the fact that you get to play as, like, what is he? Is he a, like... I understand he's like a, like, obviously some form of, like, a mutant. But what exactly is he? Like a cat or...
I don't know, he looks like
a bobcat or something. I don't know.
I don't know, but like the first time I saw him, I think to my head was Rocket Raccoon when I first saw him.
Ooh, yeah.
Because he was kicking ass and he's a little
Raccoon.
guy. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. I don't think he's a raccoon or anything, but it kind of reminds me of that.
True.
So that was pretty cool.
True. But I thought, you know, I thought the action and the videos looked really cool. I really liked how, you know, they showed... Obviously, we have... like it's usually mostly CGI, but at the same time, I find it looked amazing because you did see some in gameplay, and when he's running around and stuff, the game looks gorgeous. It does.
Yes.
Like the world, and you know, you actually have like different environments where it's like really nicely clear. It is obviously, you know,
bright
snowing.
colors.
Yes, and you know. The hand. Oh my god, the robot hand thing is just creepy, but awesome at the same time. Like you're shooting from this hand. Like.
Yeah, it's weird. I like it though. Because it just stands out. Yeah. This is a what? Open world RPG kind of thing?
Yeah.
You know me, I'm not into those that much.
Yeah.
But this looks really awesome. I like the way the games look. It looks fun. I like the combat guns and swords play. Because I was seeing some extra gameplay besides the one that we have here, and he was battling it out. So I thought that was really cool. And he was shooting a lot, and he has a giant sword. Also, another thing I wanted to point out, when they had started the gameplay, it has some customization to the character. Mm-hmm. Even though it's a little bit, you could change the way the character looks. Which I didn't think that was going to be the case, because when I first saw this trailer, I was like, he looked like a base character. And then you're going to get to know his story, I guess. But when you start off, you could change the way he looks, like the colors of his fur and all that, and what kind of fur.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool that they have some customization to it as well. You do have crafting, which is nice because you can have different guns and different swords. So yeah, it just looks like an overall fun game. They do have this weird narrator that talks while you're fighting and stuff, and he's like going... He says the weirdest things. I don't know. That could get tiring.
Well, unless you can shut it off. Like a lot of games lately, when they have things like moderators or, you know, the voice in the background stuff, most of the time you can actually shut those off. Which I would hope. I would really hope that they would allow that. But
yeah, he was talking a lot. He was like commentating while you were fighting, and he was like, "Boom, yeah," and I'm like, "No, dude, no." Don't do that.
Well, that like, is the commentator supposed to be like the little cricket on like his back, or the grasshopper?
Oh, I don't even know.
Because he's got like a little grasshopper or a cricket or something on his back, so it makes it.
Why would he have such a deep voice? That's funny.
I don't know. He's like Jiminy Cricket. Maybe it's supposed to be like Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah. But there's like these little characters that you meet in the game, and I think the way that your character talks as well, it's weird because it's not English, it's like a different language.
Yeah.
The way the characters talk in the game, they sound like Ewoks to me. I don't know if you noticed that.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, what the heck? They sound like Ewoks. That was weird.
It's cute, though. It's cute.
No, the whole thing overall is cute, yeah.
What's kind of funny is this game reminds me of, I think it was called, like, The Shining. And it had, like, the same kind of, like, feel to it, and same kind of, like, kung fu, martial arts style. So it's interesting to see another game like this come out, where that one, like, maybe we'll talk about that one next week, because that is actually a game that I don't personally find gets really enough hype. Where,
nice, I have to check it out.
Yeah, and it's called The Shining, and it kind of reminds me much of, like, this game. So I'm interested to see, because I do like RPGs. I do actually enjoy playing RPGs, especially when they have, like, cool, interesting characters, and when the art style is so outstanding that it just makes you want to actually see more and actually, like, see where they took it and how much details and direction and textures went into each scene and, each atmosphere that you encounter. And I'm super excited to see where it all goes and what else this game has to offer.
Yeah, I think it looks awesome. It looks like a fun game. I wouldn't mind trying this out for sure. It's coming out all the platforms? A lot of platforms?
I believe it's coming out. This game should be coming out on all the platforms, except the Switch. I don't think it's coming out on the Switch.
Oh, okay. I think they already have a special edition for it and everything. It has a little statue of the dude.
Which is something I would buy. I would definitely buy that. The platforms that it is releasing on is Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. So, obviously there's no Switch. It is coming out in 2018, but obviously we're not surprised on that. There is no co-op or multiplayer. It is strictly single player mode. So, I think that's,
And another thing that stood out to me was you were in a giant mech. Did you see that?
Yes.
I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
That was kind of weird.
I thought that was actually really awesome.
Yeah.
You get to, like, that's what I mean. Like, you see him in, like, the giant, like, Titan-looking thing. You see him in, like, the giant robot hand. And you see his giant sword and everything. And it makes you wonder what else he's going to be able to do or create or ride around on in this game. And I think that's just really awesome that they've put a lot of, a lot of unique details into this game. So
yes, I can agree with that.
And then, of course, the story. The story. Everybody wants to know what is the story. Is it going to have a good story? Is it going to have a crappy story? So, it is developed by a Swedish developer, Experiment 101, which is pretty cool. It's not published by any like Sony or Microsoft. It is
big company.
Yeah. It's not published by, like, a huge company, but it is still, obviously something different, and hopefully they took those risks that we always say that, AAA games don't take because they are, published by Microsoft or Sony or Nintendo. So let's hope that, these guys took those risks and gave us a game that we're really going to be like, wow, that was quite the experience. So I'm excited to see it.
Yes, it looks cool.
It does.
I'm interested to see more about it.
It does. All right. So we're going to jump into the next game. Now, this game... Okay, so I'm actually really excited for this game. We actually saw a trailer for this game last year at E3. And, oh my god, I thought it was the cutest thing ever. It's called Fee. Become Fee and discover a world that you will never want to leave. Climb, glide, and dig your way through the dark forest to explore its living, breathing ecosystem. One filled with secrets, side quests, and mystical creatures. Master a device. See if I can talk now. Let's see if I can talk, guys. So befriend every animal and plant and have them help you on your journey. Each having unique abilities and behavior that will help you unlock
new areas to the forest, embarking on your voyage. Now, this game, like I said, it was actually shown last year at E3, but then it kind of just went quiet. It is developed by the same developers as Zombie Vikings and the upcoming, they have another upcoming game. But they also had one previously that I can't think of what it was called.
Wow, busy.
They really are. But what's great about this game is, so if you played Zombie Vikings, there's a side quest that actually allows you to have a taste of this game. And
like the little Easter egg you found.
Yes.
Nice.
And I was like, oh my god, really? Like, I was so happy when I actually got to try and actually play this game, because I was super excited when I saw the trailer of it. And then getting, the opportunity to actually play even just a small portion of it, I was like, damn. I was like, oh my god, I couldn't believe it. And
she was like, damn.
I was. I loved this game. I really, really did. And, but like I said, this is from the developers of Zombie Vikings and Stick It to the Man. So if you've played either of those games, chances are you're going to really enjoy this game. And there is another one, like I said, it's called Flipping Death, which is their other game that they're working on. So they're doing a lot, but at the same time, their games look outstanding. Like, these games really do look outstanding.
Yeah, they either look beautiful and cute or cool and awesome, because I'm remembering Zombie Vikings now. But I think that's pretty impressive set of games for the fact that they only have like 20 devs in there. And I'm like, really? They made all this stuff? That's pretty cool. I do believe that Fee is the first one to be part of the EA original games, that they're grabbing certain indie developers, and then EA pays for everything.
Yeah.
Whether it be publishing, helping them with the game and promoting and all that good stuff.
Yes.
So, and then they give the indie devs all the money and stuff that comes from that. I think EA is just doing that, to make them look a little bit good, because they're helping the smaller guys out. So, not bad. I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, from what I know, this is the first EA Originals with Fee. I think it's pretty cool. It looks awesome, looks cute. Like I said, I like the art style on it. I like the different abilities that you have in the game, like you mentioned, climbing, gliding, and digging.
Yeah.
You do have side quests. I think that's interesting. And at the same time, the world is opened up. So it's not linear, so it doesn't tell you where to go next. You got to figure that stuff out for yourself.
Oh my god, I hated that. In Zombie Vikings, when I played the friggin' demo for this, I hated that because I was like, wait, where am I supposed to be going? And if you die, you have to, like, restart the whole Zombie Vikings.
Oh, you gotta go back?
Yeah, you have to, like, restart the chapter
Ouch.
And get back to that spot again just to be able to, like, go through it again. And that kind of sucked, but it was so enjoyable that I didn't mind doing it. So I was like, well, you know what? I'll just push through and I'll get through it. And it's cool because, like, when you're trying to hide from, like, these big black things are, like, taking over the land, as you can see on the screen right now. They're trying to take over, and he can actually, like, turn into a tree and stuff when they come, like, when they start to get near. You have an ability that allows you to, like, turn into, like, this little tree thing.
Yeah, you can, like, disguise yourself.
Yeah, you can hide and stuff, which I thought was really cool. And, like, I don't know, I loved it. I loved how, like, obviously you don't get to try, like, you actually get to fly on different animals and stuff like that, like, different creatures, which you don't get to do in this demo, But
yeah, you could only do that if you interact with them and learn their song.
Yes.
So, like, it's kind of like, it has something to do with music in a way, because, like, each creature has different melodies or different tones, and you gotta mimic that and communicate with them, and then they'll take you and they'll help you on the quest or the mission that you're trying to, get across something, fly over to somewhere. So I thought that was pretty cool. That has something to do with, music or melody and different sounds.
Yeah.
And I love the little owl that he does, like the little ooh kind of thing. And then those big guys that you were talking about, the
Yeah.
big tall black dudes, they're the silent ones. So they're trying to stop all the noise and everything in the
Yes.
forest. So they're trying to like I guess shut you up. And you're like not
Yeah, they
having it.
like
So
capture like all the like little creatures that are running around and stuff, and you see them and you're like, wow, I just want to hit them.
yeah.
Which is funny because they're actually kind of like they are kind of loud and annoying because like when their beam like comes out looking at you, because like they have this light thing that you have to like hide from. When that comes out, they make like this weird noise, and you're like, wait a minute, why are you making this noise? You're supposed to be silent, but I don't know. I thought it was funny. But it is a really cute, amazing game. It is coming out on Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC early 2018. So I'm really excited to see it. And I hope a lot of you guys will check this game out and give it some love because the developers are amazing and they do a lot of great work. Their art style has that amazing... It's almost like water paints meet like comic book style.
Because it has like because it pops out.
Yes.
Yeah, so
And that's how like pretty much all their games are. So I love their art style. I really do. I love how the details they do in their games. So I'm really excited for this game.
yes, I agree. It looks awesome. And I like the latest trailer that they showed from it. I like the music in it and the lady that's like I guess she's narrating or whatever. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
I thought that trailer was way more like I got me more into the game. So hopefully I can pick it up.
Yeah, the soundtrack was definitely amazing. I definitely agree there. All right. So, there are your two games that we wanted to talk about. Yes, Biomutant is getting a lot of hype right now because of Gamescom. It was kind of one of those outstanding games that I guess people wanted to see and didn't know it was coming, so of course it's going to get some hype, but I don't think it's going to stay in the hype like we think it would, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like it could get easily drowned out with all the stuff that's coming out. I agree.
Yeah.
But it does look like an interesting game enough to stand out on its own because it is very unique.
Exactly, and I just wanted to point it out, and we wanted to talk about it with you guys. So, now we are going to jump into one spot I love in this show that is just, I find it hilarious to talk about. And that's the Gaming List Challenge. Now, every week we started doing this list challenge where we pick a list from Gaming Bot's, I guess it's like I don't know if it's like their weekly news or their weekly articles that they do, but they do a whole bunch of different lists where, say it's like the top 10 games you shouldn't play alone, or so many games that had, like, I don't know, it's like, say, 5 games that had the worst campaign, or, you know, and there's so many different ones that they do that we decided that we were going to pick one each week and we're going to go over the list and see if we agree, and hopefully you guys will interact with us too and let us know if you guys agree with their choices and what they decide obviously they think should be on the list. Now this week we are doing the biggest flops in E3 history. So, hopefully you guys are well adversed with your E3 knowledge, and we're going to jump in this and see, obviously, what's going on with E3. So, the first one I'm going to read, and I think this one is actually kind of funny. Do you guys remember the announcement of the Wii Virtual I can't even say it now. Sensor. Back at E3 2009, we had announced that you were able to have like this sensor where you put your like finger in. It's almost like this clip when you like go to the hospital and it like reads your blood pressure and stuff like that.
Yeah, your heartbeat and stuff.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you guys remember that, but that's on this list, and I'm sorry, but I have to agree, that was a complete epic fail because nobody ever talked about it. Like, nobody. And I don't even know why Nintendo even bothered to create this, because it was the worst thing ever. It really was.
I'm not surprised because they do weird shit.
That's true.
They did the freaking Virtual Boy back before, virtual reality was a thing. But
that's
yeah,
true.
I don't. This is weird, and I'm not surprised it's on the list because what is that? Like, never even heard of it until now.
Yeah,
To be honest with you.
that's the funny thing. Like, it was a motion control, and I don't know. I think it was the attempt to bring. Obviously, we all know about like VRs and bringing reality into the idea of video games, but I don't think. Because it wasn't very well explained either. That's the funny part, I guess, about it. Was it literally just... It was... Users could attach the sensor to the Wii remote and stick their finger inside. And the Wii would be able to track the user's pulse and other body statistics. And it's like... Why? Like, I understand for sports games. I know, that's my word for today. My word for today is why. I understand for sports and stuff. Like, I guess. But, Or it's kind of like, how, like, they always try games always try to do this thing where it's like, you can only play for so long because, well, people die from, like, drinking Red Bull and all this other stupid crap that comes out because people don't get up and move after playing games for so long. So maybe, I don't know.
True.
Either way,
oh, you got too real there for a second.
On the list. I agree. The Wii Virtual Sensor was an epic fail.
Yeah. What is that? Is all I'm saying. What is that?
Yeah. Why?
But yeah, I agree that should be on the list because what the fuck? All right. The next one that I saw on the list and I thought was a bit interesting was the PlayStation 3 announcement. Like what? Yeah, that was a bit of a fail, I think, because they did announce it at an expensive as hell price with no games to play on it. And it was a giant ugly box. But I don't think it was a flop though. I think it was a fail as an announcement, as a reveal, but I don't think it was a flop because they did come back from that failure eventually. What do you think?
Yeah, then it's, but if they're just referring to E3, flops themselves, yes, it was a very poor unboxing. This was in E3 2016, and it was a low-key...
Wait, 16?
Yeah, it was 2006. Sorry,
Okay,
guys. Sorry, it's E3 2006. I thought I said that. My bad.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, it was, oh my god, I don't know, that's just crazy, like, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
It was a bad unboxing,
yeah, but for E3, I guess, announcement, then yeah, that was a flop. I think that was a fail, but I think PlayStation overcame that, so it wasn't that big of a deal, so I don't agree why it should be on the list, so yeah, that's why.
That's true, because it was like, they announced that it was a 20 gigabyte hard drive that would cost $499. And you guys are bitching about the freaking Xbox One X being $499? Like, really?
Who did that? Who did that?
Really?
They should be ashamed.
People complained. Okay, so this is where my whole funny thing comes in, is a lot of people complained that the Xbox One X was $499. With what's in it, like, but
I don't know why they would do that.
But did PlayStation get like destroyed when they brought out a freaking 20 gigabyte hard drive that cost $499?
Yeah, because nobody bought it, and they bought the Xbox 360 instead, and I
mean,
social. Had more games
like,
and
I'm
stuff
curious
like that.
if like back then the social media sites, if they destroyed them. I'm curious, but
I'm pretty sure. Yes, I'm pretty sure. I heard bad things. That's why I didn't pick one up. So yeah.
Nice. That's why.
That's why I didn't get one.
That's true.
I got it way after that. So yeah, I got it when they actually got games. But anyway, what's
when
the
they
next
actually
one?
got games?
Yes, that's when I picked it up.
Wow. Really? All right. So I want to read this one because this is actually one of my like favorite games, and one of the games on this list is Killer Instinct. Was apparently a flop in So in E3 2013, I said it right this time. In 2013, apparently they're saying that Killer Instinct was a flop. Like
an E3 flop.
Yeah, an E3 flop at that. Which I thought it was like at that time. I thought the gaming announcement for this was actually a pretty big deal because of Killer Instinct first coming and being, you know, the fighter that it is, and how you like it has its own unique style. But
yeah, I think it's weird that it's on the list. I remember when it was announced, I was there. Well, not literally there, but I watched it, and I remember everybody being excited about it. The fact that it was being rebooted, and it looked awesome. If anything, people were questioning the whole free-to-play aspect of it, where, you know, you would get a free character to use, and then you had to buy the rest separately or something like that. I don't know. I think that was the only confusing part, but I know a lot of people that wanted to get the Xbox because of Killer Instinct. So
yeah, but you know, okay, yeah. So when you actually read their article about this, like why it's on here, one of the things they say, okay, is you'll notice the floor is filled with dudes. Very few females attended. The publishers tend to adjust accordingly. If you need proof, just look back at Microsoft's 2013 press conference. Now, then it goes into saying that then came the rape jokes. While Killer Instinct, a reboot of 90s fighter game, two Microsoft representatives, one man, one woman, took the stage for the demo match. I'm
having flashbacks right now.
You're having flashbacks?
Yeah, I'm remembering that awkwardness.
The awkwardness?
Yeah, that was cut.
Why?
Yeah, because I think it was just awkward because they were making jokes about it, like saying, "You just got raped," you know.
Girls can't play.
I don't know, like, I don't know. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, but that's why
I do remember some awkwardness, but I mean, I was focused more on the game instead of the people on the stage and that whole aspect of it.
Yeah, but that's why they're saying that this game belongs on the list, though, was not because of the game itself, but because of what happened at E3. So I guess overall, if that's what you focused on, then yes, I guess that would have been a flop. But if you could just ignore the banter back and forth, like,
yeah, that was...
some of the comments were, girls can't play, just let it happen, it'll be over soon. Wow, you like those? Like, first off, there's worse banter back and forth. Like, I go in and I freaking tell guys, like, you better be ready to freaking, like, get your head blown off, or, like, you know, there's always game talk. But I guess back then, just doing it publicly, I guess
No, I mean, even to this day, I think that if that happened today, people still have an issue with it because...
But they say it to their guy friends. But, okay, I'm not going to get into...
That's true.
Okay, we're going to stop this right now because I don't want to get into, like, a female political thing about this again because, frankly, I think
have
that's...
a whole conversation about it.
It's so overdone now. You know... Just treat gamers how you want to be treated. If you joke around like that, then make sure they're comfortable with whatever. So, but either way, for that aspect, fine. I guess it could be on the list. But the overall game of Killer Instinct was not a flop.
Right. I agree with that.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, so the next one on the list that stood out to me was the Kinect Star Wars. When they were showing off, when they were demoing, dancing and stuff like that. In E3, it was pretty bad. I think, if anything, most of the stuff that has to do with Kinect and E3 are a big fail. Every time they demoed that stuff on stage was pretty bad.
Yeah.
And bad acting and, you know, stuff like that. Because most of the time, it did seem like they weren't actually even playing it. It was just, they were acting with whatever they were told to do.
Well,
while the game is playing.
Secret. Most E3 demos are fake.
Yeah. It's pretty shocking. I'm surprised. I'm traumatized right now.
They're mostly
fake, but yeah, especially it's so weird whenever they have to demo like dancing and stuff like that. I think the same thing about Just Dance or Dance Central. Like all those stuff is like, no, why? Just don't show that. I mean, announce it. It's coming out, and then you know you have the option to secretly go buy it without telling anybody, sure. But when you have it on stage and you got a whole bunch of people watching, it's just awkward. And most of the time, people are just waiting for the next thing anyway. So why even bother?
That's true.
And it also, in this game in particular, it just made Star Wars look bad, in my opinion. It's like, stop. Don't. You're killing the franchise just by dancing with these Star Wars characters. I don't know. It was pretty bad.
Yep, I
But
agree.
yeah, this deserves to be on the list, definitely. Definitely.
I agree. And then, of course, the last one we'll read from this list before we move on is Ghost Recon Wildlands. First off, that game, it was okay to begin with, but really, I don't know. But the reason why it was a fail, they say that with hundreds of thousands of people watching and $1 million on the line, game publishers want to make sure that they put their best foot forward. That often means creating highly polished but tightly scripted demos. Sometimes they aren't live at all. Here's a secret: most E3 demos are fake. Now, most people should already realize that, because you'll see like them looking up and yet they're still, say, driving a car perfectly fine, or either way. So they go into saying that they are not all live, but are instead pre-rendered footage that Plant of Stage pretends to play.
Yep, I told you, fake acting.
Yep. That level of control extends to the dialogue that players engage in on stage too. While the back and forth between players might sound natural, it's entirely scripted. It's a show. It's like a TV show. It's like anything else. Most conferences, award shows, anything like that, there's a prompter that people read from. So that's really nothing new. But they say that that's not always a good thing. At E3 2016, Ubisoft pushed its multiplayer open-world title Ghost Recon Wildlands by showing how a single mission would unfold, while unfortunately featuring some of the worst dialogue ever featured in E3 presentation. The real players who teamed up to take down one of the Wildlands drug lords didn't talk like any human being on the planet. I don't know if any of you guys remembered that last year, but it was really bad. Like, it was horrible. So this should absolutely be on the list, because it was bad. It was.
I'm trying to remember when I first saw it, and I think just the overall presentation of it had me bored.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this game, and
I felt sick.
But I know a lot of
Ubisoft
people that were hyped up for it
last year.
Yeah.
He did. So, I don't know.
I don't know. I never had interest in it, and I don't remember the dialogue per se. But I know that I kind of tuned it off.
Yeah, it was bad though.
Yeah.
So that's
But,
funny,
hey,
and that should be on the list.
I agree with you, girl.
Yep. E3 flops. Truly funny.
To be honest with you, there could have been. I think there could have been other ones in there that were pretty bad as well. Like, they could have added, instead of the Star Wars Connect, which I do agree why it's on the list, they could have added like the Connectables one with the little girl coming out and talking and stuff.
Yeah.
Or is it Milo? There was another one where like this Fable dude came out and he started talking to this kid on the screen, but it was actually a digital character talking back to you. That was awkward as hell too. Like, there's other ones that could have been on the list as well.
Yeah,
But
like what was it? The PlayStation 4 Pro. No, that was on a different show. I was gonna say the Pro unboxing. That was horrible, but I don't think that was E3.
No, that was a separate like reveal thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting though. It's interesting to see some of the things that you miss and some of the things that you don't realize that happens during a show. But
no, not only that, you forget sometimes little small details like, how they pointed out certain things within the show, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that was said, or that happened. But yeah.
Yep. And so
It's interesting. Definitely a lot of flops, and I'm sure there's more. And if you guys can think of anything that you saw during any of the E3s that you thought was like an E3 flop, list it in the comments below on YouTube. We would love to hear it, guys.
I'll point out Tim. He said like this E3 from Sony, and I agree because it was the same thing as the last year. So, I mean, you could kind of put that on there. You could kind of put that on there.
True. All right, so now we're going to move on to, I think this is Fox's favorite part of the show because she gets to yell at me and you guys get to see a side of her that I don't think you ever thought you would ever see. And what is this?
I didn't agree to any of what she just said.
Yeah, she did.
Same people.
And what is this Fox rant that I am speaking of? And of course that is the Gaming Den pack battles. Now this is where each week we take a topic, Fox tweets it out, you guys give us your replies, we look around and see what you guys had to say, and then we sit here and debate about it. Then after the debate, you guys get to go back to Twitter after Fox posts a poll to say who won or who didn't. Who did you agree with?
Yeah, and I usually get my heart broken.
Yeah, because didn't I win? I won Halo. So we're now
you won Halo.
It's versus... 2 Wolf, 1 Fox.
Yeah. No, actually, no. I think it's 3 and then 2.
Oh, I won 3?
Yeah, I think so.
Ooh,
I have the.
You see that?
I have the score.
You see that, people?
I think it's awesome. I love debating. Yeah, you have 3, girl, and I have 2. Congrats. I'm proud of you. I mean, the fact that you can win, even though supposedly I got some rants going on. That says a lot.
Truthfully, I don't think I win it because of like what I say. I think I win it because of they just like which side I pick. I think that's more or less what it is. Okay. I don't think it has anything to do with
I'll give you some credit on the physical versus digital. You had a lot of great points, so I'll give you that for sure. The whole thing about Mario and Sonic or Halo and Gears, maybe they picked the games. I'm just saying. But either way, I loved having these debates with you. I think it's fun. And we're gonna jump right into it. And this week we're gonna be talking about boots on the ground versus future warfare.
Yes, which I've decided I'm gonna go first this week because Fox doesn't ever let me get a word in.
So I was actually gonna say that right now, but that's fine.
Because Fox never lets me get a word in. So we're gonna start off with why I think futuristic games tend to do better. And so when it comes to the whole boots on the grounds versus futuristic, once they switched to futuristic, one of the first ones that had released was actually Titanfall. Now this allowed you to have more of an open map instead of the 3-lane shoot 'em up camping forensic, I guess you can call it. And this allowed you to be able to jump around, wall run, and this also gave you the ability where if people were trying to camp, you were able to move around more swiftly to get them out of their corners, to, jump behind them. And I liked that feature. I liked being able to not be stuck going down one lane and pretty much whoever got there first had their gun up, you were down when it comes to boots on the ground. And I like the fact that being able to boost around also opens the map where you're not you're not stuck to the ground. You can, because you have buildings. Usually when they do any form of game that has futuristic, there's things that you can jump on. There's things that you can climb on. It gives more linear to, or more structure to the games. And I find that is one of the coolest things that they could have done. And I'm really happy that they actually brought in the futuristic, especially like with Halo. You also get more futuristic guns, which allow you to have obviously more flying. You can get flying vehicles. You can get more futuristic vehicles that allow you to do more as well. And I like that aspect of it as well, because really when they do the whole boots on the ground thing, it goes back to whether or not they can actually incorporate what they're trying to do, where
Because okay, so most of the boots on the ground is they take a historic, I guess way like the way that they do their like their outlines of their their gameplay and all that, but where they take futuristic games, they're more actually they can take more risks with what they're doing, and that was one of the things that I really thought was like, I don't know, it was more interesting to see them do that than if they just sat there and made you only, to jump. Like when you try to jump and stuff like that, you couldn't really get out of the way. So if you're trying to like jump out of someone running at you, you were stuck. It was either you fire, or if you're stuck reloading, you're not going anywhere because you're not jumping very far. You're literally like jumping back and they're still shooting you. Futuristic, you're able to like jump up on the walls. You can jump up over the buildings and move around more so that it's...
Yeah, you can be Spider-Man.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. You could. Then you have less of a chance of
actually...
It does. You have less of a chance of actually being hit. So Scrotum, who has taken my side for this, says, Future, I think there would be more room for devs to be creative and come up with new mechanics, weapons, enemies, and level designs. With Future, you can still choose to play boots on the ground, but you also can go vice versa and actually be able to boost and jump around. You are not stuck on only one single spot, which I completely agree with. Professor from Twitter also says, Future, more stuff to do and see in cooler ways. In what games are about, BOTG is like entering a time machine. Fun, but limited. So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And those were the Twitter comments. Oh man, I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed in Skirtum right now.
No, I'm happy. He took my side.
That's fine. I understand. Skromo. No more Skromos. Alright, so I understand where you're coming from with a lot of stuff you're saying, but and there's one thing in particular that is I'll critique, because Skirtum mentioned that, was the fact that you can still do boots on the ground while you're playing these futuristic games. I mean, you could, but you're at a disadvantage when everybody else is jumping around you and going crazy and popping out of the corner. So you're at a disadvantage. If you try to play it traditionally, it's not going to work out for you. Unless you have some amazing tactic that you found and maybe a really good weapon, maybe you can hold your own, but it won't be the same because you kind of have to play the game the way that it's supposed to be played. So that's like regarding the Future Warfare games. For me, though, I like boots on the ground more because I remember when Call of Duty just kept doing the whole futuristic thing, people were getting tired of it. And at the same time, I don't feel like Call of Duty does it well like Halo. I think Halo does it right. And there's other games that do it really well, like Titanfall and stuff like that. But I feel like people are really tired of it to the point where they're freaking out over the fact that they wanted COD to go back to the traditional way, which is the way that I started playing it back in Call of Duty 3. So I do like the traditional combat of the first-person shooter when it comes to like World War I, World War II, and even Modern Warfare type of games. I think that that's way better. I think it's fun. I think it feels more real. It feels right to me. So I do like the way that is. Not everyone can do futuristic the right way, like I already mentioned. And it's more about shooting when you're playing boots on the ground and being tactical, not just like cheap tricks and these weird futuristic things that like mess with the game a little bit. It is about you being tactical and shooting. So I feel like it narrows it down so it's a little bit more basic. So I do like that aspect of it. I like the old school, because I like how, especially, I guess I'm leaning more towards COD with this because I like the way it started. So the roots of a first-person shooter. So I do like that old school style. And yes, it does feel slow, but I feel like it is better. Because I don't like games that have a lot of jumping around. I feel like it's tougher when you have people popping out of corners and everywhere like that. So this is a tough one, I guess, for me, especially with the tweets. There was a lot of futuristic, like I guess people were picking that side, and it is baffling because of how people were tired of COD doing that, and they wanted more boots on the ground. And now we have games like Battlefield 1 that I really enjoy, and it keeps it more simple, but at the same time, it opens the world up, so you don't have all this craziness going around. But yeah, I do like both. It's just I prefer boots on the ground, in my opinion. I'm gonna read out some of my tweets. I didn't go on a rant. I'm gonna read the tweets out, and this one is from Fuzzy, and he said he likes Modern Warfare. He is like drones and no exosuits. That's another thing that I didn't enjoy from COD. Advanced Warfare was the exosuits and the different types that they had. And Invader says boots on the ground, still a lot more tales to tell in classic war theaters, all kinds of history to cover for inspiration. Hashtag Gaming Den. So yeah, I feel like boots on the ground is better for me. It does depend on personal preference. I don't like the craziness of jumping around. I don't even know why I own Advanced Warfare. I like playing with you, but it's just not as fun for me.
See, that's my only thing. Like, when it comes to, like, boots on the ground and futuristic, technically, boots on the ground doesn't mean that they have to stick to the whole historical thing. They can make a game just to strictly make a game that you literally just don't jump around.
True, but there is a lot of people that like that, like historical stuff, like World War I, World War II stories.
I understand that, but that's what makes it the issue of being so linear and stuck to only one sort of thing, which then ends up bringing in obviously the 3-lane fights and the camping and all that kind of stuff. And
I think Call of Duty does that more than anybody else because Battlefield does not do that at all.
Well, no, they have like big open worlds where people can just sit and snipe people from a far distance and you're screwed anyways. So no, they don't camp. No, not at all.
No, I didn't say that.
Which, if
but you do have the option to,
like, if you had the ability to move around more in a map like Battlefield, then you would have actually been able to miss more of the snipers or had the ability to, like, that's where the futuristic stuff has, like, the ability of radar, where, you know, that helps you, or like the cloaking, which helps you, where a lot of these other games that have more boots on the ground that stay more historical don't have that, and you do have to rely more on, like, having people who just sit there and only snipe you from a distance because they're just jackasses, or people who camp in a freaking corner because they don't get the purpose of the game being where you're supposed to actually move around to kill people. Like,
no, I understand, but I think it also depends on the game. Like, if they're trying to make it realistic and old school, then yeah, it's not going to be easy to have all those cool abilities. But if you play Modern Warfare, and it is boots on the ground, but yet they add all these little perks and stuff, like obviously Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, like that had radar, had like kill streaks and stuff like that. But yet I didn't feel like people were jumping around, going crazy, climbing on top of a building and stuff like that. I didn't have to worry about that. Yeah, you still had snipers, you still had people running around with shotguns, but for me that's normal when you're playing boots on the ground. When you're playing Future Warfare, I feel like there's way more craziness going around and weird, like they have all these weird futuristic abilities, like you mentioned, invisibility. I never cared for that. I mean, yeah, once in a while I use it on Halo, but I never cared to have that in a game.
It's funny because if you take both games, they both have their issues where it's like you could either go boots on the ground and you need to learn more strategy, which then gives it, you know, that aspect of it. Or you take a futuristic game where you learn the ability to move around more and you have to, you know, it does still, they both give you the hard aspect to them and being able to learn how to play them because, yes, boots on the ground, you have to learn strategy, you have to be safe, you have to watch where you're going. Where futuristic, you need to move faster, you need to get around faster, you have to...
like a little Twitch shooter. It's crazy.
So they both have their difficulties, for sure.
And I guess that's the overall main thing about it is, what do you prefer? What is your overall gaming style? Funny thing is, I hate boots on... Okay, so this is the funny part. I hate boots on the ground, except I'm actually really good at, like, Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remaster or, like,
because you're very
Black
competitive.
Ops 2.
I think that's the thing. You're very competitive. That's why.
Could be.
Yeah, I think that you like, even if it's like, I don't want to play this, you still want to do good though. It's not like you're gonna give up and be like, I suck at this and that's it. No, you're still gonna try. Like, even when you played Gears with us, and Gears is a tough one to narrow down because it is boots on the ground, but it also has a lot of futuristic things in it that is different than other games. You still gave it your all. You're still playing, even though it's not your type of game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's a certain aspect because it depends on the gamer, on the player itself.
True.
But I do understand that there's a lot of people like a lot of our responses was both, and I thought for sure a lot of people were gonna pick one or the other, but it was a bit tough because some people were like, hey, I like both depending on the game. A lot of people said when it comes to futuristic, they do lean more towards Halo because Halo does it right, and I do agree with that.
You also have, like, Halo, you have Titanfall, you have the newer CODs, you have Destiny. You know,
Destiny's another one. That one adds crazy, like, special abilities.
Yep.
That's a whole category.
Yeah, but it's fun. Like, that's what makes it interesting. But,
Yes,
alright, so we're gonna jump into the tweets that you guys sent us throughout the week, because you guys are amazing, and we love getting tweets from you guys, and we love interacting with the community.
Very true.
What?
No, I was agreeing with you. Very true. We love the community and the questions. Yes.
Exactly. And, you know, we always love having you guys all interact with us and building the gaming community. So, reading one of the questions that, I guess, we will start with you, Fox, and if you want to take it off, we'll go with the questions.
That sounded weird the way you said that.
I know. I was like, wait.
Do you want to take anyway, so Darth Vicious, what's up? He said, that he was waiting for the Xbox One as well, just like me. And he said, which custom Xbox One X would be your dream console if you could make one up? His would be Star Wars. So he would like a Star Wars custom Xbox One X. That sounds pretty cool, dude. Not gonna lie. For
It'd
me,
be cool, but never happened. But
I mean, I know what you mean. But
well, they don't have marketing
whatever.
rights, so you'll never see it. But it is still. It
So
would
anyway,
still be really cool.
I'm not trying to crush your dreams, bro. I'm not.
No.
But
no.
yeah, yeah, it's true. I know what you mean with the whole marketing thing, but that would be his dream console. That sounds awesome. For me, it would be obviously something with Gears of War on it, on an X. That would be awesome. A different design than the one that I have. Another one would be Rise of the Tomb Raider. I really like that game. I really like the new Tomb Raider franchise, so I would love that as a custom console. I think those are the top two that popped into my head immediately because I love those games. But what about you?
If I could have a custom console, now I'm gonna go with the newer games because, well, let's be honest, we already have most of like the custom consoles for like top games for the S. So, if I had to choose, I would want an Ori and the Whispering Wisps.
Nice.
Wisps. Let's see if I can say that. I would love to actually have one of those consoles because the art from that game is outstanding. Like, that game is just so gorgeous. And to see it on an Xbox One X would just, like, I think it would be so great. And then to have Ori, you know, sitting on the top of it, oh my god, I would love it. I would love to have an Ori console.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
So
Another one I'll mention because I'm greedy, would be a long dream that probably won't ever happen. And that's if they ever make Sunset Overdrive 2, I would like a white console, but with like crazy graffiti and spray painted looking style on it and make it look very grungy. I think that would be really, really cool. But that might never happen.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. What other games are supposed to be? I'd like to see a State of Decay 2 one. I would love a zombie one.
How would that look? Would it look like dirty and like beat up?
No, you put like the zombies on it. Like you put like.
You want a zombie on your console? Okay,
yeah.
Interesting.
Why would you not want to play a zombie
Because
on a console?
I don't like
That'd be
zombies,
awesome.
so I'd rather
Well,
have
that'd be
like
why.
blood on top of the console, maybe like from their brains. That would make more sense.
No. I don't think so. That'd be weird.
She's like, no. Yeah.
No.
That
Zombie
would be weird.
cool. Zombie like breaking out of like the top of the machine.
Yo, that's creative as fuck. Yeah, that's cool.
That would be awesome.
That's cool. Okay,
Have it,
I'm
like,
on your
break
side
in
again.
and looks like it's like breaking. Yeah, it'd be awesome. You could do like the engraving, like how they did the claws, but like do like the engraving of like some of the cracks where it's like breaking through.
Okay. I'm with it.
Now you getting it?
I agree.
Now you
Yeah.
it? All right. See, now we're feeling it, guys. Now we're feeling it.
Stated K. I'm in.
All right. So moving on to the next question. I love this question when I saw it on Twitter. It's from Slim. He says, some video characters can be so annoying. You just want to kill them. Are there any video characters you hate with a passion? Now, Fox, I know you said you were thinking about this one, so what would yours be?
I know this sounds cliche because I kind of mentioned it a long time ago on Console Corner. It's Lord Saladin from Destiny. The fact that he's always bantering at you while you're trying to play Crucible, it's annoying to me. And I just want to mute him. And I just want to mute him or like shoot him or something. So I think out of a lot of characters that popped into my head, he's the first one. I think he's annoying. I don't like his commentary while I'm trying to freaking play multiplayer. I'm just saying.
Honestly, that's funny because that's what I would pick. I can't stand that guy. And, like, especially when he narrates the matches and stuff like that, it's like, can you please? You don't even sound futuristic. You literally sound like some really bad, like, WWE announcer that got fired and they just decided to pick you up because you were cheap.
Damn. Damn, that's worse than what I said.
It's bad. He's annoying, though. Oh, my God.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who else. But, I mean, like, he stood out the most. Is there any other characters that have like, if a character has an annoying voice in a game, that sucks. I don't like that. You know what I mean? Like that cartoony, like fake bubbly voice. I think most animes have that, and I don't like that. Like anime games. That's just annoying.
That's true. If I had to choose, like,
You're like, this is a fun question.
I had one when I read it a couple days ago.
You should have wrote it down.
Yeah, I know. I had one.
All right, here's another one for sure. This is a fact, and I think a lot of people can agree with me in the chat. Mei from Overwatch. Anybody? Yes.
Why?
This bitch is so annoying. You know which one? You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know who Mei is.
Yo, she is so annoying. I don't care who plays her. Even when Tim does it on purpose to bother the other team, because maybe they have one, it's annoying, and I don't like it. But, okay, so the fact that most of the time there's characters out there that don't help you out, she's one of the main ones that won't help you out in a game, because she's trying to do her own thing, and most of the time she puts up her ice wall and, like, literally blocks you from finishing off your, the enemy that you're trying to fight. She could block your specials. Like, it's so bad, it's annoying. And then on top of that, it feels like she could just run out and do her own thing, and then she goes into her little ice cave thing and she heals up, and then you're dead. So she's not backing you up. So she's fine and you're dead. And then the other special that she does is so annoying, where she freezes everybody in a certain area. So maybe I just hate her.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just hate her.
Sorry.
You just straight
I
up
just hate
her.
her.
That's all it is. Straight up.
Yeah, I hate her more than Tracer. Tracer's annoying because I guess her phrases and I guess her whole rewind ability, but yeah, Mei is worse.
Yeah, that's funny. Oh my god, I still can't think. Like, I know there is somebody, like, because I was actually like freaking out on it. Well, not freaking out, but I was like, I was on a stream. And I was like, oh my god, can you just shut up already and stop talking? But I can't remember what game it was.
Oh no, what game were you playing? You were like,
do you know how many games I've streamed in like the last while? I've streamed a lot of games.
But there was some game I was playing but okay, so I guess in general it would probably be just like most of the narrators that most of the narrators you see in games, because you're trying to do something and they literally just don't shut up. Like they just keep talking and talking and talking. But
yeah,
I don't know. All right, what else we got?
I like my answer.
I do. I like your answer too.
All right. The next question we have is from Judd. If you could invite one Xbox executive into your Mixer stream, who would it be, and what one question would you ask them?
Ooh, I know this.
I think you have way more experience with this question than me.
Mine would be Mike O'Bara.
Surprise, surprise. And what would you ask?
I would ask him, how the hell do I actually survive better in PUBG?
Nice. She's like, I want some tips.
I do, because he gets like so many chicken dinners, and every time I play it, I'm like, what the hell am I doing wrong? Like, what am I doing?
Yeah, that's a way better answer than mine. Mine would have been like Aaron Greenberg, and I would have asked about like release dates, I guess. Mine is way cheesy now. I would be like, hey, when is Crackdown coming out? When is Sea of Thieves? You know, like actual dates.
But I know that these are things that they like.
I know they're not supposed to talk about it, but
it would be cool though to know. Like, honestly, I think it would be really cool to have any of them in a stream just to ask them anything about gaming.
True.
But I definitely agree with you.
Yeah. I mean, that's the first thing that pops into my head. I want to know when these games are coming out, of course. But I guess if I had to pick a fun question, it would be, maybe, Phil Spencer, and I'll be like, why are you so handsome? No, I'm kidding. I would say, what old school game, I guess, what would you bring back? Or no, what old school game from other platforms would you like to bring back?
Wait, are we going on to another question?
No. I'm saying that's what I would ask Phil Spencer.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, I didn't hear that. Sorry, I was reading.
No, it's okay. I was trying to think of a fun question to ask Phil Spencer.
Yeah.
I feel like he already brought back an old school game that he really liked, which was Voodoo Vince. I mean that's nice, but I kind of want to bring it back even further to an older game.
Honestly, you know what I would want to do?
I'm such an old school gamer.
I would want to actually bring all three of them, Phil Spencer, Aaron Greenberg, and Mike O'Bara, and ask them all, with no holds bar, like at all, what is your actual all-time favorite game? And if you could fight for it to bring it to the Xbox, what would it be? Or if it's already on the Xbox, or if it's already on Xbox, what would it be? But if it's not, would you actually fight to get it?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I would. I'd probably ask all three of them and be like, interesting.
Yeah, that's a tough one, because you could either ask them serious questions about the platform, or you could actually go with fun questions and try to get to know them. So yeah, it could go either way.
Like, how do you survive in PUBG? Because
yeah, that's a good one.
I want the tips. Damn it, give me the tips. Phil Spencer would probably be like, I think he plays a lot of Destiny, so I'd probably like ask him if like we can team up, play Destiny or something.
Can we do a raid?
Raid? Let's do a raid.
Yeah.
Come on. All right, so we got another question. Well, we actually have several questions.
Yes, we do.
Let's go with
I see a good one. It kind of pertains to like a topic that we talked about last week.
All right, well then throw it out there. Go for it.
Dan asked, if you had to pick just one, would you pick Halo campaign or Halo multiplayer? What do you think?
Multiplayer or campaign for Halo?
Yeah, if you had to pick one. That's a tough one, right?
Well, yeah, because some of the campaigns are good on some Halos, and then crappy multiplayer, but some have like really good multiplayer and crappy campaigns. So
yeah, I know what you mean.
Like Halo 5, I would obviously take the
I would take the campaign or the multiplayer over the campaign.
Oh, I was about to say, girl, what?
Yeah, no, sorry. Halo 5,
okay.
I would obviously take the multiplayer over the campaign, but like,
hell yeah.
Obviously, in say like some of the older ones, I would take their campaign over their multiplayer.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Especially like the whole Master Chief Collection, they had some good campaigns on there as well. And I feel like that's what makes Halo Halo. People remember both, and they have a good experience with both, and I like that about Halo. And even when the campaigns was really good, the multiplayer was also decent. It wasn't bad, like straight up trash, in my opinion. There was something about it that made you go back to that multiplayer. But yeah, I would have to lean more towards the multiplayer for me as well because it's fun. You can play with your friends. You could do different maps. So you have different options. They have different modes. You can have vehicles without vehicles. So yeah, I think it would be more fun for me to have the multiplayer aspect of it, even if, yes, the Halo campaign is so good. And I'm looking forward to seeing what else they have to show with it. But yeah, that last one, okay campaign, amazing multiplayer. So I think that's what is resonating in my head right now. So yeah, that's my answer.
That's true. Like I wasn't big on the campaign for 5, but I really loved Halo, like all of Halo's other campaigns, but I wasn't big on the multiplayer on the other ones, but I really loved Halo 5 multiplayer, so
yeah, I agree.
I guess it kind of goes back and forth. Like that is a tricky question.
Right? It seems so simple, but yeah, it makes you think.
It does. Yes. It does. I definitely agree with that question. That was from Dan White. So
yes.
Yeah, that's a really good question. Really good question.
Yeah, but let us know in the chat and in the comments, people, what you think.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Which one would you pick? Halo campaign or Halo multiplayer? Also, like any of the questions that were asked, make sure you guys leave comments below. What did you guys think? What would be your custom console that you would love to see? What were the other ones?
What would you ask Phil Spencer or Mikey Barra?
If you could pull one of the Xbox execs into a stream, what would you ask them? So anything that you guys have to comment on, we'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the description below because we love to read them and we do try to reply to all of them. So with that being said, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who joined us and watched and had some fun. You guys are all amazing and we appreciate all of you guys hanging out every Friday with us, and of course reading the chats. You guys are amazing, and you know, it's just great to have you guys here. The community is awesome, and with that, I have to say this is the end of this week's show. I hope everyone enjoyed the episode and all the great topics, and of course the segments that we like to do for you each week. Of course, you can find all of our information in the description below, where we also do the console corner and all that other fun stuff. So make sure you guys check that out. I was one of your hosts, which you can catch me on Mixer Monday to Friday. I stream from 8 a.m. till 12 p.m. all different kinds of games, but we will be focusing more on Destiny 2 and Call of Duty once they release. So I hope you guys stop by and hang out with me and have some fun because, well, you guys are all amazing. We did have a lot of great people from YouTube and Mixer watching us today, so a big shout out to all of you guys. And I'll let Fox take it from here.
Oh my god, you almost forgot my name. No, I'm kidding.
No, I almost said my name again. I almost said Wolf.
You're all tongue-tied today. What's up with that, girl?
It's alright.
Oh, no, it's all good. But yeah, I agree. Thank you to everybody for checking out the show on Mixer and YouTube. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who watches this later on. Leave some comments. We really appreciate that as well. And you guys can follow me on Twitter, hang out with me on there, chat with me on there. Also, add me on Xbox. I know I rarely say this, but you guys can add me on Xbox. xLady, Fox Firex. Never actually said that out loud like that. But besides that, I do YouTube videos. Check it out. I did a video yesterday. So subscribe on there. Leave me some comments as well. And I'll be on Console Corner next week with SheWulf and GKB and the gang. Tuesday, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern.
Definitely. And again, guys, I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Thank you guys for hanging out and tuning into the show. We are out.
Bye!
Tonight we're running on the right track.